Hello everyone, my name is Amiron and welcome back to watching the elite cameraman back at his work. Now this is everything that has been dealing with episode 65.
Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here. After almost 7 days of waiting without any announcements or hints as to when the upcoming episode is going to come out, we finally have a single leaked image from the new episode. And it was shown in the most random way possible. As you guys know, normally leaks are sent by Boom on his Instagram or to his Discord owners, and they post it on Discord. And it's been this way since the beginning, but today, something very rare happened. It's weird because I was randomly watching Creekcraft because I thought he might reveal when the next episode is going to come out since he talks to Boom, and he revealed when episode 64 was coming out few hours before it came out. But at that point, we already had leaks. This time, it was complete silence on Boom's side. Somehow, while I was watching Creekcraft, he said this.
Sharing an exclusive leak for the next Skibidi Toilet episode. Here we go. Here we go.
Dude,
Got it.
what?
There
Okay.
it is. All right, here we go.
After saying this and right before showing the new leak, he also said this.
I feel so honored. I hope Elite Cameraman is here. Elite Cameraman, this is for you.
Oh wow.
What's up, guys? Elite Cameraman here. 3, 2, and
Nice.
1.
I'm
Whoa,
always
whoa, whoa, whoa.
watching Creek. Also, thanks for the insane $500 donation you sent a few days ago.
No
Boys
way.
and gals, we are
Congrats.
Creekcraft certified from now on. So you should subscribe and like the video. Anyways,
Get to
let's go back
600K.
the leak now. This leak honestly was one of the craziest leaks we've seen, unless it's a troll leak, because there are some stuff I need to point out, but I don't think Creek would show a fake leak, because I know him and Dafook talk behind the scenes sometimes, so it's 100% possible that this leak is real, but I still had to mention the possibility that it might be fake. Anyways, after Creek counted down from 3 to 1, he showed this.
3, 2,
Okay, okay.
1. Oh, there it is.
Wait, what? Oh, they're just fighting. Okay.
There it is, man. There it is. Right there. Brand new exclusive sneak peek of the next Skibidi Toilet episode. There it is.
Huh.
Very, very cool. Shout out to Mr. Boom for letting me show that off.
Also, when asked if it was fake, even though I don't have the clip, he said just wait for the new episode to come out and you'll see that it's real. To me, this leak looks very real and it fits the timeline perfectly, but why does it look like they are about to kiss, just like the troll leaks we got a few months ago?
No, don't remind me of
Also, there are a
that.
couple questions I got like, where are G-Man Toilet's lasers? But we'll get to that later in the video, so make sure to watch until to end to not miss anything. Let's start with the Titan cameraman in the background. From the looks of it, we are back at the destroyed airport from episode 60, which we think is some sort of base for the Skibidi Toilets. The top of the hangar
Unless
on
maybe
the
it's the
background is
outpost.
the same as the one in episode 60. Even though we can't see the number on it, we'll assume that it's the same place. And the leak basically is Titan cameraman holding G-Man Toilet's head. This scene might suggest a couple things, but we'll get into those later. The Titan cameraman looks perfectly normal, just like himself in episode 64, without any changes, which is normal. But when we look at G-Man Toilet, there are a couple things that look a little off. First of all, for some reason, his neck looks so goddamn thick. We at least know why the scientist toilet has a thing for G-Man Toilet now, but that's besides
No.
the point. But if I'm serious, it does look a little weird, but that might be because we've never seen him from this position. And the main problem I'm seeing here is that where are his armor pieces? Where are his lasers? What happened to
Ne-
him? What's that black
What?
thing on the right side? He literally only has one laser left and all his
Oh,
armor
yeah.
is gone and his head might be getting crushed by Titan cameraman. I have no idea what's happening, but if this
You can
leak
see the
turns
frown.
out to be actually real, this is crazy because this means that G-Man Toilet literally got destroyed in the fight. And it would mean that he didn't get any upgrades, which I'm surprised about, but maybe he was upgraded and he still got destroyed. Or maybe the Titans will win this battle in episode 65, which will be the ending of season 21, but it'll continue to the next season because it doesn't seem like scientist cameraman is there with G-Man at this point. And we also can't see Titan Speakerman, which is surprising. We can't know where they are or what they are doing until the episode comes out, but it seems a little weird and sus. If you ask me what's going on, my timeline prediction would be like this. As we know from episode 64, G-Man looked like he had a
Smiling.
plan for what's to come, but here, it doesn't look like it worked. So I think after Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman started chasing after G-Man Toilet at the end of episode 64, they catched up to him at the airport, which I think was the plan of G-Man. There are two outcomes to this. Either his plan failed in the beginning and he got beat up and literally lost everything he had, which could mean he might actually die this time, but that doesn't seem like the fun version for this episode because I want a long fight that's going to be a few episodes long, which would actually make this G-Man Toilet's plan. Maybe he wanted to be in this position to distract them from the real threat. I don't know what they are planning, but I feel like we are being misled with this leak. One last thing. Why does Titan Cameraman look like he is holding G-Man eyes? Are they back to normal finally? Is that why he doesn't need the rest of his lasers? This doesn't explain much, but it might be the case. Hopefully we get more leaks soon, and the episode will be published today or tomorrow, which I think it'll be tomorrow because this was the first leak so far. Make sure to like and subscribe to be updated on the upcoming episode.
Just to be clear, I won't be talking as much because I'll only talk if there is a insert that I need to point out or something that I want to put in for my own, and my voice hurts, that's why.
Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here. After waiting more than a whole week, we finally have gotten an official leak directly from Boom himself. This is crazy, because the Instagram caption he put on the leaks confirms the battle is actually going to happen, and it also kind of relates to the non-official leak that Creekcraft shared on his stream yesterday. There are actually so many things to talk about in this leak, and from what I can see, we might be getting one of the most cinematic episodes ever created in the Skibidi Toilet series. Even though we don't have any confirmation on when the episode is coming out, with how much this episode has hype around it, it most likely will be revealed an hour before the episode comes out. Also, Dafuk decided to post the leak on his own, both to Instagram and Discord this time, instead of letting his Discord owners post it. Before we get into the leak and when the episode might come out, click the subscribe button and also smash the goddamn like button, otherwise... Anyways. Even though there was a big debate on if the leak that Creekcraft showed on his last live stream, this leak kinda confirms that it was real, or at least it was in the same place, or does it? As you can see on the screen, we can see G-Man looking very angry at a place which is similar to the airport in episode 60, while two Skibidi Toilets are looking at him as if they are waiting for G-Man Toilet's command. But before we get into that, let's zoom in to the right bottom part. This to me doesn't look like any familiar place. Maybe it's because it's from a POV we've never seen, but this part. So I decided to go to Steam and check this map on the Gary's Mod Workshop, and without a doubt, it's the same map as episode 60, because look at this screenshot. The pipes on the left side are the same ones as the one on the leak, and from the leak that Creekcraft showed, we were seeing the blue plane hangar. This confirms that Creek's leak was also real, and we are about to witness the craziest episode ever. What I don't understand is, how bad did it go for G-Man Toilet to lose both his armor pieces and only remain with one laser while Titan Cameraman is holding his head? This really feels weird because G-Man Toilet looked like he had a big plan in episode 64. How come he lost this battle so easily? At least that's what it looks like on the leak, but if you ask me, this episode will end with the Alliance losing the battle somehow. I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but I really don't see the Titans winning this fight. I also feel like one of the big characters needs to die to give us that impact. In episode 57, part 1, we saw Plunger Cameraman get destroyed in the hands of the infected Titan
But he's not dead.
Speakerman, and it was very emotional, but we knew that he'd be saved. What if something happens to someone that puts them in a position where they cannot be saved anymore? The impact would be crazy. Also, it's been almost 8 days at this point, and there is no way this episode is not longer than 1 minute. It'll most likely be similar length as the episode 57 part 1 and 2 combined, but probably more filled and better, because we all know that Dafuk has been grinding his ass off lately to make the best episodes for us.
Agree.
It must be crazy how much effort he is putting into these videos. This leak also contains 2 other Skibidi Toilets, and also behind G-Man, we can see the weapon of a giant Strider toilet as well. All of them look ready for the battle, but I don't think anything good is waiting for them because from what we saw on the leak Creek shared, there was no one but G-Man and Titan Cameraman left. Unless Titan Speakerman is fighting with them on the back, which still would mean that they are dying since Titan Speaker Man is very strong. I'm actually so hyped to see what's going to happen in the upcoming episode. It's going to be crazy. If you don't want to miss the analysis on it, smash the subscribe button and enable notifications. Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here.
Whoa.
On this devastating day, we had to witness the downfall
Wait,
of
what?
Titan Cameraman. We
Oh,
don't know if he is
frick.
dead or not, but either way, don't forget to pay your respects to the Titan who has been saving everyone ever since
Oh,
episode 18.
wait, his arm.
He has been the most
His
beloved,
hand.
the most overpowered, and one of the goofiest characters ever in the series with his thumbs up every time he wins. But at the end of this episode today, we saw him doing a thumbs down for the first time. But we have to stay strong and don't budge
Oh,
because
no.
nothing is over yet. Even though this was the craziest and the best episode so far in the whole series, it was just the beginning because this wasn't even the real fight, and we probably have a whole season worth of fighting to do with the
no.
G-Man Toilet and Scientist Toilet duo. This episode was filled with action, and as I guessed in my previous videos, the theory about G-Man planning an actual trap was real. We don't even know where his real body is and where the Scientist Toilet and his army went. The decoy that was used in this episode was so convincing, but before we get into everything that happened in this episode and where the G-Man duo could be, episode 69 is on the
Oh.
horizon, and we all know that it's going to be the goofiest episode ever because
I
it'll
hope
be
so.
right after the boss fight arc is over, and it's the 69th episode. Come on. So let's try to hit 690,000 subscribers before episode 69 releases, and also at the same time, let's try to get this video to 69,000 likes to pay respects to our brother, Titan Cameraman. Anyways, here we go. Episode 65 starts with us hearing some police siren noises and a cameraman holding his hands up for his life, while there is a cameraman who was no scope head shotted in the back. We can also see a Strider toilet looking directly at the POV cameraman, but it doesn't last long until the cameraman next to us dies as well, because not even a second later he gets thrown a spear in his chest as well. This results in us, the POV cameraman, turning to the right side, and we get to see an upgraded Skibidi Police. It's been a while since we've seen any Skibidi Police, but this is quite the upgrade because from what we can see, they can fly and they have 4 spear cannons, which is insane if you ask me. We can also see that the 2 spears on the top were used, so it seems like they don't regenerate instantly, and someone might have to reload them, which limits his powers a lot, and that might be why the police toilet didn't shot the POV cameraman instantly. But weirdly, he left the scene without bothering. I see 2 potential theories here, the boring one being that he was ordered by the Scientist Toilet to go back. But why would that be the case when they want to look strong since more toilets are joining the army here instead of leaving at this exact second? The second theory is a lot better and it does make sense when you think about it. What if the secret agent has mind-controlling powers? What if he mind-controlled the police toilet to preserve the footage from the POV cameraman because every other regular cameraman was dead? This really could be true, and I don't know if you saw him yourself, but he was in this episode. He was hiding quite well, and I saw it thanks to Cool Flame Kid,
Wait,
who
really?
posted this on my Discord's theory section, but we'll get to the secret agent later in the video. I'm sure
Oh.
that he'll also appear in the next season, and we really should prepare ourselves for an incredible 3 episodes because season 22 is going to be crazy. Before we get into what happened with the Scientist Toilet, remember the 2 cameraman in episode 60 that was relaying information through a large TV man?
Yes.
These 3 normal cameramen were probably doing the same thing for the Titans to find the location of this place and see what's going on.
But
And
they
the
did now.
toilets might have waited until now to kill them for the trap. Anyways, after the police toilet leaves, we see a scene where a lot of toilets are gathering around the airport, including the upgraded Scientist Toilet. The grin on his face is immeasurably cold. We don't even need to watch the full episode to know that they have a plan. Him and what we saw from G-Man Toilet in episode
I call
64.
like 2
It was clear that they were
videos of
planning
it.
something, and I mentioned this in
I
my
knew,
last
because
4
I-
videos.
Call
I
it
somehow
out
guessed
and I
that a
stitched
trap would be
together.
used and the toilets would win this battle at the end. It was a lot more
yeah,
devastating
it's
than
fine.
I
Sorry for the little cut. I need to go eat dinner, so I'll just continue.
thought. But we'll get to what's going to happen to the Gigachad called Titan Cameraman later in the video. Right after he shows up, the camera pans to the right and we also see G-Man Toilet coming towards the Scientist Toilet as well. But we all know who this G-Man turned out to be. He also weirdly gives us a side eye while flying, but I don't know if that was because he noticed the POV toilet or it was just random. As soon as we saw that he didn't get any upgrades, I was confused because why would he not get any upgrades at this point? It's so clear that it'd be stupid not to, and we now have another question we have to ask. How long have we been watching the imposter G-Man toilet instead of the real one? This changes everything. What if the real G-Man toilet has been getting repaired and upgraded ever since episode 47 because, as we all know, he started losing battles quite a lot and he kept losing and losing? What if it was because another toilet was controlling a body that looked like G-Man's body? This question might never get answered, but you can be so goddamn sure that the real G-Man toilet will come back with huge upgrades. My guess is that
hopefully he will come back at the time where Cinema Man will come back. Then it will be like a clutch up, you know?
Either has been getting upgrades and being repaired ever since episode 47 or 57, and he'll most likely come back in episode 67 instead of the next episode. If he has been getting upgrades for that long, his return will be more devastating for the Alliance compared to what happened in this episode. But that only means one thing. As you guys know, there has been someone missing for a long time now, getting upgrades and slowly healing. I'm of course talking about the Titan TV Man. I think with the return of the original upgraded G-Man toilet, upgraded Titan TV Man will come and save the Alliance at the last second at the end of episode 67, leaving the episode in a cliffhanger just like what happened today, and we'll get to witness a fight between G-Man Toilet and Scientist Toilet versus the upgraded Titan TV Man in episode 68. That's at least my theory, and I'll talk about it more in one of my upcoming videos.
That makes sense.
Right after the imposter G-Man toilet comes, he basically acts just like the original G-Man, which is being mad and waffling about random stuff. This was also the second leaked image we got yesterday. In this scene, there is also something strange. At least that's what I thought at first. If you look at the bottom right, you can see a green glow inside the hangar. I thought this might have been the secret agent, but when I went and checked the screenshots of the map, there was the same green glow, which means that it already was there on the map, and as I mentioned earlier, we already know where he was in this episode, which I'll get to later in the video. Seconds after G-Man Toilet comes to the scene, the camera pans to the right side again, and we can kinda see the city that was in episode 64. At least that's what I think those skyscrapers are, and we see the Titans arriving at the scene with all their might. I'd actually smash without no hesitation. Smash the like and subscribe button, that is. Ha ha ha. You thought I meant something else, did you?
Yes.
Anyways, right after the Titans arrive, the camera pans back to the toilets and witnesses the craziest thing ever. We start seeing the toilets leaving the airport, leaving G-Man Toilet alone. Imposter G-Man Toilet looks like he doesn't know anything about this plan, and he looks at Scientist Toilet while saying something, but it's no use because Scientist Toilet waves him saying sayonara, and we see the G-Man Toilet doing the goofy, shocked Pikachu face. This makes him very mad, and we see him charging his lasers, including his eye lasers. This should have been the first red flag since his eyes still look like they are lifeless, just like at the end of episode 47. But instead of chickening out, even though he is an imposter, he starts fighting with his full might, which I can actually respect, but we all knew at this point that it was done for him, but no one was waiting for what's about to come. Right after he uses his lasers, Titan Cameraman simply opens up his new shield, which easily deflects the lasers, and Titan Speakerman jumps on him without hesitation, shooting his blasters on his head. Right after that, Titan Cameraman charges up his hand cannon and shoots a huge bullet. And they keep ganging up on G-Man. Somehow he doesn't really get affected by Titan Speakerman speakers, but we'll learn why later in the episode. Right after blowing off Titan Speakerman, Imposter G-Man rams onto Titan Cameraman, which results in us seeing the leaked image that Creekcraft showed on his stream 2 days ago, which people thought was fake. And even though the scene is the same, we can see that it's a little different because G-Man Toilet still has his armor and lasers at this point. While Titan Cameraman is holding off Imposter G-Man Toilet, Titan Speakerman jumps on his back to try and flush him, but for some reason it doesn't work. And we should have known at this point that something was wrong because in episode 22, they tried to flush him and it worked a little at least. But this time, he didn't even budge. As soon as Titan Speakerman tried to flush him, G-Man Toilet headbutts Titan Cameraman so hard that it causes a small explosion, and while this is going on, we can see Titan Speakerman trying to flush him. But why does him trying to flush look so goofy? I would want the same treatment from TV.
Hey yo, no. Hey yo.
This gets G-Man Toilet even madder, and he shoots his lasers directly at Titan Speakerman while his guards are down. And his anger is the reason he loses this battle, because the second he turns back and shoots his lasers at Titan Speakerman without any protection on the back. Titan Cameraman pulls his hammer up and smashes his with all his might. He keeps smashing him until Imposter G-Man Toilet can't use his lasers, and Titan Cameraman starts punching him with his hand cannon as hard as he can. At this point, we can clearly see the damage done on Imposter's G-Man Toilet's face, but he doesn't back down and starts shooting his lasers once again, but Titan Cameraman opens up his shield in time to protect
Energy
himself.
shield.
But as we already know, this is not a fair battle, and Titan Speakerman pulls out the daggers he used to stab Cinema Man in episode 47 and stabs Imposter G-Man Toilet in the eyes. This made me think of the Dark Speakerman we saw in episode 63 because he was using 2 daggers as well. But that's besides the point. The second Titan Speakerman stabs the eyes. We start seeing weird electricity coming out of G-Man Toilet's eyes, and that's weird because we know that normally blood would come out instead of electricity. But we see the reason seconds later after Titan Cameraman uses his core to burn down Imposter G-Man Toilet. This takes a couple seconds, but thanks to his thick flames, Imposter G-Man Toilet's face gets burned. But we are left with a shocking scene because Titan Cameraman sees that there is someone else inside of G-Man Toilet's skin, and he pulls a giant face controlling the body of G-Man Toilet with some incredible tech. And if you look at his ear, it's closed off. And that was the reason why Titan Speakerman's sound attacks didn't work. This results in us seeing one of the most devious plans ever, and we see the Titans looking at the sky
They
knowing
became
that
Japanese.
They are done for,
They're becoming
because there are so many
kamikazes.
nukes and explosives
Kamikaze.
coming down to them.
No,
Titan Speakerman
kamikaze.
quickly leaves the scene, but Titan Cameraman is in a position which his only chance is to try and use his shield. But we all know how that goes. The second the bombs hit the POV, Cameraman starts glitching from the aftershock and falls down from the roof. We see that the Titan Speakerman took some damage as well, but he looks fine, and the camera slowly pans to the right, results in us seeing the secret agent in the red car, watching while hiding and think about it.
Wait, yeah,
He was
what the
there
heck?
the whole time, and he doesn't look affected at all by the explosion, even though it was quite the big explosion. If he wasn't affected by this at all, can you imagine his powers? He was able to withstand something that Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman couldn't withstand at all. I really don't know what he is planning, but I think he'll take some action in the upcoming episodes because he
Please.
seems really interested in the upcoming fight. After this scene, we get to the final scene of the
Please
episode,
do help
which
us.
probably left all of us with the same reaction Imposter G-Man had when the scientist's toilet left him alone on the battlefield. We see Titan Cameraman defeated, and it's not even a small defeat. He lost his whole arm again. His main camera is completely cracked. His whole body is burning, and instead of giving a thumbs up, we get a thumbs down while he
His
is
core
looking
is
downwards for the first time in the
flickering.
series. He probably won't die from this, but this heartbreaking moment will never be forgotten, and the whole alliance will come back to support the cause and win against the Skibidi Toilets in the next season. I'll make another video tomorrow about my theories on what's going to happen and going more in depth. So make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Elite Cameraman out. Thank you for your fun. Elite Cameraman here.
Wait, what?
Episode 65 was a ride and a half with everything that happened. Today we'll be talking about a couple topics, including the theories surrounding G-Man's death and whether he was the real G-Man or a completely fake G-Man, because there are different debates going on. We'll also talk about what could happen to the Titan Cameraman and where the rest of the Alliance is, because this loss wasn't a small one, and the Alliance just lost their biggest asset. But before we get into all this, make sure to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss the analysis in the future. Anyways, here we go. First of all, I need to make it clear that I really don't think the G-Man that died in episode 65 was the real G-Man.
Of
This
course
could
it's
be
not.
untrue, but with how the story is going and how the events proceeded, those are my thoughts, and I'll get into why in a second after I talk about the opposing theory. There is another theory going around in the community right now, which suggests that G-Man Toilet has always been a robot or a fake. There are also people who say that G-Man Toilet died at some point, and they've been using a fake robot G-Man Toilet ever since. Both these theories could be true, and if you count in the early days of the series, we've seen more than one G-Man character, but this didn't continue on, so we don't know if we are supposed to add those into the theory. I'm not saying it's not possible, but when you account in the story so far and where everything is leading up and some countermeasures G-Man Toilet could have taken easily, it doesn't make sense. To be honest, I feel like Dafuk has planned this and hid this in plain sight ever since episode 60. Let's look back at episode 57, part 2. This was the last episode where we saw G-Man Toilet before episode 60, and look at his lasers. They look powerful, and he looks very mad. The only reason he left at the end of episode 57, part 2, was that he realized that Titan Speakerman was almost cured from the parasite, and he knew that he couldn't deal with the whole alliance on his own, not because someone was controlling him. If you carefully look at his reactions, it's clearly because of the fact that Titan Speakerman is being cured, and even he knows that he can't win a 2 versus 1 against the Titans. And until now, every time he came back stronger and more confident than ever. That was his whole character trait. But in episode 60, we weirdly see him being a coward, being overpowered by some small fries. That doesn't seem right. Also, why were his lasers downgraded when he should have been upgraded? He also has Scientist Toilet's backing as well, so why? My theory doesn't just suggest that G-Man Toilet was fake, but this whole situation with the Astro Toilet was a fake act carefully planned by the Scientist Toilet as well. I think ever since episode 50 or so, Skibidi Toilets have been getting a little bit more careful with how they go about their plans and attacks.
Maybe they saw...
A very good example is episode 55. The UFO toilet acted as a distraction to lure the Titan cameraman away, which enabled them to teleport the Skull Toilet for it to destroy the upgraded Parasite Disabler tank. I think the Alliance has been completely played by the toilets, and us, the viewers, have been played by Dafuk with his carefully written story. After losing the big battle in episode 57, G-Man Toilet most likely went back to the Scientist Toilet to mention that Titan Speakerman was cured because, as we know, Scientist Toilet was the one to infect him in the first place. This probably sparked an idea for the Scientist Toilet because he is very smart, and he knew that the Titans would chase after them to end the battle since they are more powerful now. What if? Scientist Toilet let some cameraman get to the Skibidi Toilet base in the destroyed airport intentionally, made a fake G-Man Toilet, and ordered the so-called Astro Toilets to attack G-Man Toilet for him to seem vulnerable while revealing their location all on purpose just to lure in the Titans. Because think about it, we've yet to see the Astro Toilets attack ever again, and it's been more than 5 episodes. I still may be wrong about the Astro Toilets part because we have no proof, and they might maybe come back and attack G-Man Toilet again, but this doesn't disprove my theory. Maybe Scientist Toilet even calculated that they would attack G-Man Toilet and placed a fake G-Man Toilet because of that. There is also the case of G-Man Toilet's personality, because in episode 60, he really didn't seem like his own self. I talked about this while making my episode 60 analysis as well, but it never crossed my mind that he could be a fake. But here we are talking about how much sense it makes looking back. Him being a coward and being scared of UFO Toilet really didn't make any sense because normally G-Man Toilet should be the one giving the commands. I really do think that this airport was a place where Scientist Toilet decided to show as if it's their base, but it's not in reality. Bro really crafted the most devious plan ever. G-Man Toilet probably is being upgraded in the real Toilet's base with the assistance of Scientist Toilet because even in episode 64, Scientist Toilet was nowhere to be seen, and they were most likely preparing to trap in episode 65. It's kind of sad for the Toilet that was inside the fake G-Man body because it looked like he had no idea this was going to happen, and I have to give it to him because he held off pretty good. It's crazy how much he held on, but when you look at it, his lasers weren't even scratching the Titans at all. His damage output was literally 0. This wasn't the case with the old G-Man. He at least could deal some damage to the Titans. We also know that G-Man Toilet is not immune to sound attacks, and he has to wear headphones to protect himself. But in episode 65, he doesn't have headphones, and he doesn't even look like he can hear Titan Speakerman's speakers, even though he is literally inches away from his ears. I think this alone should prove that we have an imposter on our hands. And the real G-Man Toilet is out there getting upgrades, right at this moment, because it'd be stupid not to get upgrades at this point. It's been almost 10 episodes. Also, I shouldn't be making fun of this, but it's very funny that both times Titan Cameraman got clapped, it was because of Bomber Toilets who rammed on him, and both times he used a shield and lost his goddamn arm. And both times it was after a fight with a version of G-Man Toilet. One thing is for sure, Titan Cameraman's luck stats are below 0, just like how...
Hold on. You saw the Twin Towers? I'm pretty sure the Toilet was aiming for that.
Cameraman's Riz stats are below any measurable number. Also, I failed to mention this in the last episode, but the impact of the explosion was so crazy that even though the Titan Speaker Man escaped in time, the explosion was able to rip his left-hand cannon off his body. He probably can recover her very fast, since it didn't look like he had any big injuries compared to the Titan Cameraman. But the real question is, how in the world did the POV cameraman survive this blast? I think Secret Agent may have a part in this, because there is no way a normal cameraman can survive something like this. It just doesn't make sense. But here we are, and not dead. The next season is going to be crazy for sure. And if you think this was crazy,
It has to.
I think even crazier
has
episodes are
to.
waiting for
Please,
us, because
please.
it seems like Dafuk is very hyped about the direction the series is going, and with every new episode, the hype is getting bigger and bigger. Now that the Titan Cameraman is injured, if Titan TV Man comes back with upgrades, and if my theory is correct and G-Man Toilet comes back with upgrades also, we'll get to see G-Man Toilet Scientist Toilet duo against the Titan Speaker Man.
Your wife, all the
Upgraded
major
Titan
characters
TV
are
Man
just
duo.
there.
It'll most likely be the most mind-blowing fight, but it would have been good to see the Titan Cameraman fight a couple more times, but I guess he'll have to go back to his healing state.
Kamikaze!
Hopefully it won't take another 27 episodes, because that'd be too long of a wait if I'm honest. And if you think this episode was heartbreaking, I really don't think we'll end the next season without deaths. At least that's my theory so far. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like... Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman here. It's been a long while ever since we've seen anything about Titan TV Man, and we haven't even gotten a glimpse of him getting fixed after his big loss in episode 47. Infected Titan Speaker Man really did him dirty, and weirdly in episode 65 he did the same dirty trick on the imposter G-Man Toilet. Bro's got a head-stabbing streak. But even though Titan TV Man is hurt pretty badly, hopefully unlike my father, the Elite Cameraman Sr., Titan TV Man will come back. Today we'll talk about when and how Titan TV Man might come back. This will include my theories on the upcoming episodes and what type of upgrades could the Titan TV Man could have gotten in the meantime. So before I get into all this, make sure to subscribe and like the video if you want to see Titan TV Man return soon.
Game to 60,
We all have been waiting for Titan
600k.
TV Man's return for almost 20 episodes at this point. I mentioned that my guess on when he might come back on one of my videos a few weeks back, and from the looks of it, it might actually turn out to be true. Because everything has been leading up to a loss for the Alliance, and someone has to save them unless Dafuk is planning an actual defeat for the Alliance. Also, with Titan Cameraman being heavily injured in episode 65, we can clearly say that the Alliance will be overpowered. Especially with the upgraded Scientist Toilet teaming up with the real G-Man Toilet. We haven't even seen the real G-Man Toilet's upgrades, and you can be goddamn sure that they'll be crazy powerful. He'll most likely be at a point where he can be on equal terms with upgraded Titan Cameraman's Prime, because last time he was a little weaker than him and his upgrades should get him up there this time. But that's not our main topic, because the story is in such a place right now that the Alliance needs every last bit of help they can get to push through their struggles. We all know that even though Titan Speaker Man is powerful, he won't be able to do much against the Scientist Toilet duo alone. To explain when I think Titan TV Man might return and why, I need to explain my theory on what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 episodes. But before that, let's talk about where he could have been all this time. After teleporting at the end of episode 47, Titan TV Man literally vanished out of existence, and we haven't gotten any clues as to where he could be right now. My main guess is that he is with Scientist Cameraman right now, because from the looks of it, Scientist Cameraman have been improving a lot, and their use of technology is far superior compared to everyone else. We've seen what the upgrades Titan Cameraman got 17 episodes ago can do, and after that they proved that they can do a lot better stuff now with the Mech Scientist Cameraman and Glitch Plunger Cameraman. All these knowledge combined, they are probably producing upgrades that are so crazy powerful.
Hold on, before I continue, I'm pretty sure this cameraman is the POV cameraman for episode 65, yeah. Wait, no, wait. Wait, what the? Wait, what the? My brain shut down, sorry. Ignore what I said. I mean, he is the POV, but then I keep losing track of which episode is what. Sorry.
Which might actually allow the upgraded Titan TV Man to 2 versus 1 the Scientist Toilet duo, but we'll get to that in a second. I don't think we'll get to see Titan TV Man return in episode 66. And to be honest, I don't think we'll get a big fight in episode 66. We probably won't get to see what happens to Titan Cameraman in episode 66. But instead, we'll most likely see the rest of the Alliance getting ready for the fight. We might even get to see them pushing through Skibidi toilets to get to where the Titans are, or we might see them marching towards the real Skibidi toilets base where the scientist toilet is at. I think in the next 3 episodes, we'll get to see the powerful members of the Alliance form a team that will include my beloved TV woman, my beloved speaker woman, my beloved camera woman, glitch plunger cameraman, dark speaker man, mech scientist cameraman, and most importantly, I'm hoping to see Simp Cameraman return with his villain alpha male arc. I think this team
that
will
would be
the
amazing.
main attack force helping Titan Speakerman dealing with the Scientist Toilet and G-Man Toilet, because I really don't think that they'll be stopping after obliterating Titan Cameraman so easily. We also might see them actually plan something out, because at this point, the Alliance needs to get a little more careful with their moves and realize that the Skibidi toilets are getting smarter and smarter every day. I think in episode 67 the next big fight will happen, and I don't think the Alliance will stand a chance even with everyone there. They'll most likely deal a lot of damage, but I really don't see a reality where they can win alone. But just like the twist in episode 65, where it seemed like the Titans were winning the fight and ended up losing big time. In episode 67, I think something similar will happen, and at the end of the episode, right when the Alliance is about to lose, upgraded Titan TV Man will most likely return after 20
Come in
episodes
clutch,
with
please.
some crazy upgrades. He'll most likely teleport into the battlefield and stop an attack and deal a huge blow, ending the episode and leaving us with another cliffhanger. And in episode 68, we'll get the conclusion to this boss fight arc. Let's assume that my theories are true and all these happen. Only one question remains. What upgrades will the Titan TV Man get? As you guys know, he is mostly a melee combat guy, and all the other Titans have gotten some hand cannons. I think he'll be getting some blasters. I don't know if he'll get hand cannons, but it'll be something that'll shoot projectiles. It would be cool
Unless
if his
maybe he can
spikes on his
sharp-
back got some upgrades, and
Hold on. Unless maybe it can sharpen, like, or basically funnel the sound waves to become a very deadly sonic boom.
they could be both used as laser
What the-
blasters and spikes at the same time, which would
Yeah,
make
actually
it
that
look
would
very
make sense
cool.
as well.
Other than this, his TV will 100% get some upgrades. Hopefully he gets a LCD, OLED, QHD, 8K, IPS TV head to finesse the toilets.
Bruh.
He also most likely get an extra TV beam power just like TV Woman, because if she can have it, why can't he? One thing I'm not sure is if he'll get the Cinema Man upgrades back, because the speakers he was using as armor are being used by Scientist Toilet right now, and we might see a different type of armor upgrade instead of speakers. Either way, we all know that once he comes back, he'll be the most overpowered existence after the secret agent in the Skibidi Toilet universe. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you enjoyed the video. Elite.
So yeah, like and subscribe. Have a great day. Go check out his channel. Link in description. You better go subscribe to him. Otherwise, a whole bunch of toilets are gonna appear in your inside of you. They're gonna burst out like aliens. Okay, so like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.